Hi friends, this is Susie, your gaming guru, here to help you solve the puzzle of level 3292 in Candy Crush Saga shortly after I've solved it once before, and that's because it's a special dedication to Jennifer, who's let me know that they've just changed the heck out of this one. I'm not even going to talk about the differences. I'm just going to talk about what we need to do on this level now. In 20 moves, we need to clear out 49 jelly and collect 6 ingredients. The ingredients are here, and we have to drop them down here. So we're going to have to find out how quickly they show up, how quickly we can get them to advance downward. We're probably going to need to clear out a lot of this frosting to get that to happen, but that's okay because we also have jelly underneath, so we're going to have to focus on that as well. I'm also going to have to figure out if there's jelly under the chocolate. I could count it out, but it'll be easy enough just to take away that chocolate and see. I've also got these magic mixers on the board. Magic mixers, for every 3 turns that I take that I don't strike them, and gosh, it's going to be hard to strike them because of these cutouts. So for every 3 turns that I take that I don't strike them, they'll be able to spew something out at me. Sometimes they can spew far and wide and cover the whole board. Sometimes they're their parameters are the 8 blocks surrounding them, and because most of them are cutouts, it should just be here and here if that's the case. We'll have to find out. I've got waffles, but I do have stripes on the board that might help. We are going to have to see if those stripes are stingy, if the dispensers are stingy, or if they'll actually shoot some out fairly quickly for me. I think I'm going to start by getting the ingredient down. Wow, even the ingredient dispenser is stingy. No ingredient showed up right away. Notice these are on their way to spewing things out at me. Going to do this and make some specials. I was really hoping to get an ingredient down here so that the bad stuff couldn't happen. So this spewed out chocolate, I guess it could have wrapped it up in a licorice lock if there had been licorice, but I was fortunate in that it was chocolate, so this is where it is. I think maybe, one thing that we think about is, well, we've got 6 ingredients, so 3 from here, 3 from here. That doesn't have to be the case. Sometimes we can get all of the ingredients to come from one particular spot, and if I can manage that, then, oh, I can't. If I could have managed that, then I wouldn't have to work on both sides of the board. But I do still have to get the jelly that is indeed underneath that chocolate. I could take out blue and that would push this downward, but it would be so disruptive I'd probably end up losing this in the process. So I think I'm just going to go straight with taking out green wrapped, and that gets struck, so that takes out the most prevalent color, and we're getting some good stuff happening as a result. Is it great stuff? Not yet, but it's pretty good. I could take out that chocolate. It does look like we don't have to worry about it reaching too far away, so I like that part. Now, if I can strike these, they lose their rivets, so we're getting some struck without kind of noticing. There must have been a stripe that went along, and so these have lost a rivet, and see, they're a little bit behind in production, which is good. Could I get a blue here to create a color bomb? Not yet, but if I bring this down, well, I thought that might work, but it didn't. Let's do this, though. We've got so much of that jelly we're going to have to get rid of, on top of bringing those ingredients down. The other thing we're going to have to pay attention to is, oh, there's so much here, how much jelly is underneath, because when it gets covered over in chocolate it's hard to tell. But I've got a solution for this. I'm going to take out that jelly so I don't have to deal with that now. I don't really want to lift that up. I want to leave it where it is. So let's see if I can do something else to clear this down here. Nope, still not. But I can do this to strike a few other things, make some more specials, clear out some more of this junk that's on the board. Let's do this. The waffles are multi-layer waffles. They are a bit to deal with, but I'm not going to worry too much about them. I just have too many other things on the board I have to deal with to worry too much. At least I'm going to get 2 ingredients. Oh, 3. I think I got 3 ingredients. I don't quite know how that worked. And the last move I'm going to take is this, which is going to strike these guys just for the fun of it. It's also going to create a color bomb and strike the color bomb, which will remove a color. And we'll see if we can make more progress that way on the jelly and or the ingredients. So we've got the ingredients coming down. We did a fairly good job on bringing those through. 5 jelly left, 3 ingredients. It's not perfect, but we learned a lot about the board. Yes, it's important to clear out the chocolate because there's jelly underneath, but there's not any jelly under these guys. So we can beat this game without removing the magic mixers. It would just be so much easier if we could dispense with them. We need some nice combos to get that done, so I'll see what I can do. Also, combos would really help down here, clearing out that jelly. So I'll pause the recording and come back with a new board. Ooh, I don't like this setup at all. This appears to be the only move I can make, and it doesn't touch any blockers at all. So I'm not thrilled with it, but it's the move I have available. I could do this to take out this chocolate. I could do this, which takes out both chocolate and frosting, so I'll go for that. This takes out a chocolate that then releases an ingredient, so I'll go for that. And then here, we're going to try to slide this down now. Oh, look at this. Kind of beautiful if it holds. So I've got this striped wrapped combo, which is going to clear the board out in lots of ways. Bringing these down, but also then hitting these guys and clearing out some space here. I'd like to bring these down further, but it doesn't seem possible at the moment. So instead I'm going to work on taking out some of these blockers here. Ooh, let's do a bit of this. Wrapped candies are great for this process. This isn't the right side to help me though. Let's go for some nice cascading here. Look at how pretty that was. And then we wanted to be able to bring some of these ingredients down. Let's do that. So we've got some of those collected. I can make a stripe, and I think I can set it off as a striped wrapped combo. If I make a wrapped, no, I can't, because this is going to go away and things are going to drop out. I'm going to go for the wrapped here. I'm going to try to make a wrapped combo. Oh, or should I do this? I think I should do this. Here we go. I know I could make another color bomb, but I only have 2 moves, so I've got to get things going fairly quickly here. Oh, this might be enough. If I had more purple, I'd feel better. If I actually had a striped instead of a wrapped because I have things up high, I would feel better. But still, this is about my best shot, and even if I don't catch everything by the wrapped, I might be able to get it by cascading. Look at this. So I wasn't planning on keeping this if I didn't beat it, because I don't need to show you everything, but I do like to show you when there are pitfalls. And there was a significant pitfall. It's hard to see now, but you can back it up a bit and see that one of the ingredients slid out, didn't go through the portals. There was so much activity at the end that it slid out. I'm not too disappointed because I wasn't able to take out all of the jelly anyway, but that would have been really frustrating to me. And at that point in time, it's hard to see now because everything is covered over. But I think because of the way that there's a pocket here, it might be that the only way, there might not even be any way to move it out of that position, not even with the switch hand. The only way I think to do it would be to create a lot of chaos over here and have it slide out. That would be the way. And it's easier if it's on the left-hand side because it moves generally to the right than it would be if it were on the right-hand side, because it's going to try to move to the right. And so things here are going to fill this in. So really just taking this out would be the way to get it to slide. And that's, you have to make a big explosion, because otherwise, instead of sliding from the side, it would just come straight down. So even if you were able to set it all up, it would be tricky. All right, on to the next attempt. I'll be back with a new board soon. I love how they take away so many moves, but still say that it's a regular level, not a hard level. We know better than that, right? Okay, so I've actually tried this 10 times now, and I still haven't beaten it, but I do think I've developed a good strategy. Normally I would have probably gone with this first, but now I'm going to work on these blockers. I'm going to do things to clear out this area, because I know that it takes till the third turn before I even get an ingredient. Unfortunately, no good blockers here, but let's see if we can take out some chocolate at least and make way for the stripes that are set to come down, right? Because the stripes can be helpful. Now I do want to be taking out this chocolate. I can't really, but that's okay because it's not the most important thing. I think the most important thing is still to take out the frosting. That looks like a pretty good shot. It'll get things started. It gives me another stripe. Let's do this again, bringing things down. And then look at this. Now we've got a color bomb. I would love to be able to set that up with a special, but that might not work right now. So maybe just taking out all orange from the board will concentrate the colors and give me a better shot at making more matches and specials. I do need to take out this area here. Wrapped candies are a good way to do it. Now, one of the things that I'm doing right now that I'm going to caution you against and myself against, I have to remind myself of this all the time. I'm taking what I think are pretty good moves. That's usually not sufficient. I have to take the best possible moves. Taking a pretty good move is not going to beat this game. So there are a lot of opportunities because we only have 4 colors on the board. And when you see a good move, don't take it. See if there's a better move. I'm going to try to set up a color bomb here. Well, I was trying to go for either the blue or the orange, but chocolate invaded that process there. I could do this and I would get at least a stripe with the blue, possibly a color bomb if a stripe drops down from me here, or maybe 2 stripes because maybe a stripe would drop down from there. I could also take this orange and drop this blue down, and then it would be in perfect position. That's what I would prefer to do. However, that move doesn't take out a chocolate, and this chocolate threatens this. So I think the best move here is this. It would have been a better move to set up the color bomb if I could have not had to worry about the chocolate. And now I think I might set up a wrapped candy with the green here, like this. Now I've got this striped wrapped combo. I think I have made too many poor moves. Oh, I didn't get to use that combo, but I'm kind of okay with that, and I'll explain that in a moment. I didn't start out making the best moves possible, so I don't think that there's any way to recuperate. But I'm okay with not having used that striped wrapped combo because using a wrapped candy down here is nice and explosive. And I think if I don't start with getting through here, I'm not going to have much success bringing these ingredients down. I'm not saying I'm ignoring the ingredients completely. I'm almost ignoring the waffles completely because the waffles will sometimes, they'll always be in my way. They're always a blocker. But sometimes they'll be on a jelly and sometimes they won't be on a jelly, and then it doesn't really matter too much. I'm not going to be able to use that spot in particular anyway. So I really ignore the waffles unless they're in my way. And I'm going to somewhat ignore the ingredients. Now, I'm telling you all of this because now it's time for me to pause the recording and come back without the microphone so I can concentrate further and so I can give my voice a break because you don't need to see every single opportunity I try and because I've already tried 10 times. So I already know this one is tough for me. I'll be right back with a new board and we'll see what we can get done. Okay, so there you go. There wasn't too much you didn't see or hear because that was in total my 13th attempt. And so you got to see the pitfalls, you got to see the success, you got to see the nail biting ending there where I just wasn't sure I was going to be able to get it done, but was able to complete it. I hope that this helps. I know that it's frustrating when they change the board. Believe me, I empathize. It's just as frustrating with me having to redo all these levels, but I'm here for you guys, and I want to make sure that we get there together. So if you do have any questions or comments, please put those below, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.